I think it is a wake-up call, and should be a wake-up call. This could happen pretty much in any American city at this point when you have that same mix of poverty, young people who are disillusioned, and provocations from the police that go unanswered. And that's, I think, what we're dealing with right now.
Van, how long before the president has to make some kind of significant statement, not just about Baltimore, but about the strained relations between so many minority communities in the United States and law enforcement?
Well, I think he's made statements in the past. Frankly, the statement he could make that would probably make the biggest difference would be to begin to address the fact that we have a massive incarceration problem. Michelle Alexander, the American author, wrote a book called The New Jim Crow. She lays out facts that I think would shock the world. The United States now, only 5% of the world's population, 25% of the world's prisoners. Most of those people behind bars are young, African-American, Latino, often for nonviolent drug offenses. It's easier to get into jail than to get into college in these neighborhoods. You're going to have the whole society come together, say, let's stop wasting genius, sending these kids to graveyards and prisons. Let's create a real pathway to opportunity. We don't do that because we're afraid to spend the money. You're going to spend a lot more money on the back end if things like are happening right now in Baltimore start happening all across the country, and I'm very afraid we're headed in that direction.
Michael Brown in Ferguson, Eric Garner in Staten Island, 12-year-old Tamir Rice in Cleveland, Walter Scott in North Charleston, Eric Harris in Oklahoma, all killed by police in the past 9 months. What will happen when there is another similar incident, another black man shot down or killed by police?
Well, I hope that responsible action will take place to prevent that. Often people say, well, you're anti-law enforcement, the African-American community is somehow anti-police. No, I think people are anti-police brutality, anti-unlawful police violence, anti-police impunity. Any human system that does not have adequate checks and balance and oversight will tend toward corruption and abuse. That's why you have meat inspectors. That's why you have building inspectors, not because you hate all the butchers or you hate all the construction workers, but because we know that if no one is overseeing these systems, they tend to go toward corruption and abuse. We do not have a national police service in the United States the way they do in so many countries. You have a whole potpourri of tiny little law enforcement agencies all across the country. They're left to police themselves, and all too often there is a culture of impunity that begins to develop where even the good police officers will not tell the truth about what the bad police officers do because they know no one's going to get in trouble but the whistleblower. Yeah. That has to stop in America. And if it doesn't, you're going to continue to have these sparks. And I'm very, very concerned about where we're headed in the United States this year.
There's not even a